Hey guys, before we get into the video, I should explain about my new beginning credits. And don't worry, I won't have a narration for each video. Normally this would be at the end of the video, but the thing is, I want to have this at the beginning from now on for like newcomers and stuff. Now you can see on the left hand side is my normal production logo. On the bottom right hand side is just, my social media accounts, and you are definitely more than welcome to check those out. And usually you can just ask me questions and see updates and stuff, or you can go to like DVR for example and get some fun goodies. And you may also notice on the top right hand side is the subscribe box. And the reason I have that up is because you have to press the bell over there so that way you can get more notifications on my videos, because this is something that YouTube decided not to tell anybody about, and it's left people confused on when the next video is. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Enjoy the video. Hey everyone, and welcome to my 150th Creepypasta special. And it's only a 3-part because it'll be way too time consuming to get other stuff done, especially since today is my birthday and I have other projects to get done. As for this story, Rainbow Fun Palace, it's an enjoyable read. I like how realistic it is because, you'll figure out at the end. I can't tell you exactly the twist, but there's this clown called Giggles in the story, and there's a reason many kids don't like going to Rainbow Fun Palace, but I'm pretty sure before you even read the story, you can get the gist of why kids don't like going there, outside of it being a bad Chuck E. Cheese ripoff. Anyway, the story's pretty good. I liked how it built up the ending and whatnot, and I'm pretty sure you guys will enjoy it as well. Also, I decided to get rid of the title card at the beginning of each video, which is just me doing the peace sign and giving my random quote for the day, because I feel like it's way too tacky for these kind of videos and stuff. I don't know, I'm just not really interested anymore in them, and I feel like I can do better with my opening videos. I'm actually going to be developing like a 3D opening like other YouTubers do, so yeah, look forward to that in a few videos. So let's get this 150th Creepypasta story going. Oh yeah, I just said that. I'm an embarrassment. Rainbow Fun Palace. That's what it's called. It's one of those knockoff Chuck E. Cheese joints. It was cheaper too, so lazy parents can ignore the child for half the cost. Imagine that, what a steal! The place was awful though. It reeked of sweat and tears. Likely the tears that the kids brought there. You see, no kid actually liked Rainbow Fun Palace. Maybe it was the bad pizza. Maybe it was the fact that they never cleaned the ball pit. It could have been the bad ticket prices, or the fact that half the arcade machines never worked. Each one of the workers always looked like they'd much rather be somewhere else. Somewhere that maybe smelled a bit better. I think it was Giggles. Giggles was a rumor at best. Parents said that he was the clown that worked there, hired on to entertain the kids. However, it was widely known there was no Giggles. At least not a living one. A lot of kids claimed to see glances of him out the corner of their eye. Whenever they asked their parents about it, they just shrug it off. "Maybe Giggles isn't working today. He could be sick," they would say with mock enthusiasm. Most kids knew better. Every kid in my neighborhood agreed that he was a ghost. A lot of stories about Giggles were made up. The general consensus between the teenagers and the other kids was that Giggles worked at Rainbow Fun Palace back when it first opened, when it was shiny and new. However, when the place started to fall apart, he became depressed and eventually hung himself in the basement. The younger ones didn't know exactly what that meant, but they knew what a ghost was, and it was enough to make any kid hate visiting. There were a few kids that happened to see Giggles up close, as in an eye-to-eye encounter. They seemed off after that. Unfortunately, I was one of those kids. I was about 8 and my mother had taken me and my sister to Rainbow Fun Palace for a friend's birthday party. No one really seemed enthused to be there, and the parents became irritated when we brought up Giggles the ghost. Stupid, they would call it. We didn't think so. That's when I saw him, not out of the corner of my eye, but staying by the back doorway, which was usually closed. A sign reading "Employees Only" on the door. He was horrifying. His head was too big, and his outfit was tattered and dirty. My curiosity got the best of me as I trailed off from the uneasy group of 8-year-olds and followed Giggles through the back door. It was dark back there and completely silent besides the low rumble of children playing outside. Then a grunt came from the darkness. He stepped out from the shadows, and horror overcame me. His head was huge! The skin on his face was disgusting, and although I've heard the grunts continue, his mouth stayed open in a smile that would haunt my nightmares for years to come. I don't know why, but I passed out. I woke up later in the ball pit, feeling wrong and sick, and I made sure that my mother never took me there again. This seems like it might be the end of the story, but it isn't. Over the years, I did my best to forget that incident, but that frozen smile stayed with me. I reached adulthood mostly without trouble. I did okay in school, and eventually found a good job after graduation. My sister also as well. She had kids and life went on, and I started to forget about my time at Rainbow Fun Palace. But it wasn't over. Damn it, it wasn't over. My niece turned 10 last year, and my stomach dropped when my sister called me to let me know they'd be having her birthday party at Rainbow Fun Palace. I considered not going, but I loved my niece, and I knew it would break her heart if I bailed. I grabbed her at the latest Barbie doll house and went, gritting my teeth as I walked through the door and remembered that awful smell. I sat at one of the tables designed for adults, silently staring on into space, internally reliving every nightmare I've ever had about the place. Out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw him, but I told myself that I was just imagining. Everyone eventually grew up to know that Giggles wasn't real, but none of them ever saw him, not like I did. Something rose in me just then, mostly anger. I was told my whole life that something I experienced wasn't real. I decided then and there that I was going to try to get a picture of Giggles and prove to them all that he was real. I grabbed my phone and snuck off undetected. I slid through the same back door, and it was just as dark as I remembered. It was still light enough that I could see a shelf nearby that I could hide behind. I stood there for a while before hearing someone shuffle past. I saw that door open, and there he was. I stifled the urge to run as I watched him back away from the door into the shadows. A small kid I didn't know following behind, and the door slowly closed. I prepared to jump from behind the shelf and grab the kid, when a single light clicked on above Giggles. He looked just like I remembered him, but somehow more unreal. The room seemed different then too. It wasn't some empty, hellish nightmare room. It was just a small, cluttered office. The light was just dim enough that I was still concealed in the shadows. What happened next changed everything. Giggles raised his hands and put them on the sides of his gigantic, terrifying head. He lifted it to reveal the real horror. A man, much older and very dirty. He grunted, reached for the zipper on the front of his clown suit, and mumbled,
"Take off your pants."
The child looked horrified, frozen in absolute fear.
"Do it, or I'll tell your parents."
My stomach turned, not only with those words, but with the realization that my whole childhood had been compromised and I hadn't even known it. Rainbow Fun Palace wasn't haunted by a ghost. It was the home of a pedophile.